All right, you already see the title of the video, so let's just get into it, like, right now, because holy crap. That was such a good episode. I can't. All right, calm down. We're going to go through it one at a time. So, this episode opens up with Maul somewhere on Tatooine looking for Kenobi. He can't find him. So, essentially, most of the episode is just Ezra being lured to Tatooine by Maul under the guise of Ezra being guided by the holocrons, which are actually being manipulated by Maul to suck him into Tatooine. And Ezra ends up coming to Tatooine, ends up being drawn out into the Dune Sea, where Kenobi comes and finds him, rescues him, and then Maul shows up. Ezra is promptly shooed away by Master Kenobi. And, yeah. So, spoilers, obviously. Maul is killed. There were a couple of issues that I had while watching it that I've since reconciled with. Number one being the fact that Ezra suddenly knew that Obi-Wan was on Tatooine, which didn't make much sense considering how little they understood all of the little hints and such that we were getting throughout the Dathomiri episode. I can't remember the name of it. So on and so forth. They didn't know that Obi-Wan was on Tatooine or where Maul was going, but we figured it out, and I didn't quite understand how they figured it out until I realized, okay, Maul probably just sent the name Tatooine through the holocrons, and then Ezra interpreted that as the holocrons explaining it to him. I guess, okay, I can live with that. The only other issue is when Maul and Kenobi were kind of facing off, it got a little bit too parody-ish. Like, I get that they were trying to build suspense, but it goes from Maul going and then Kenobi going and it went a couple shots too long for me. I think that I think that they were just trying to build suspense, like I said, but I think that it just went a little bit too long, and the end wasn't as climactic as I was expecting it to be. But I think that it's a fitting end for the character of Maul. Those are my issues. Now let's get into all the awesome bits with this episode. So, number one, Sam Witwer. I know you're probably not watching this video, but if you ever find it, you have earned every single bit of praise and admiration for your portrayal of Maul throughout this entire series, especially with this climax. Holy crap. The voice acting was so perfect because Maul is this kind of character where how do I put this? Maul is almost an attack dog. He's, so far, as far as we know, he's raised from a baby, an infant, to be a murderer, a murdering machine for Sidious. And he goes through all this horrible torture of being underneath Sidious to finally end up becoming an actual Jedi killer. He's super excited. He's killed Qui-Gon, and nope, now I'm cut in half. And then he spends literally a decade and probably some change going mad on a junkyard planet, completely alone, completely isolated. And then finally his brother comes along, and then he finally has another purpose in life. And then he gets that ripped away from him by Sidious again. And then he finally tries to get Ezra, and Ezra refuses to come with him. And I see it almost as an abused attack dog. That's how I see the character of Maul. He's an abused attack dog who lost his master, who he cared deeply for, but that master still tortured him immensely, and to beyond Sidious tortured him to the point beyond madness almost. And then he finally finds a new pack, a home in his brother and the Mandalorians and Death Watch and all that. And then his pack is murdered by his old master. And then he wanders the universe or wanders the galaxy for, you know, a dozen years again or more. And it's just it sucks, man. He's a sad, broken animal now, and Sam Witwer did an amazing job of portraying that in just everything from the way that he screamed out Kenobi to everything. It just, ugh, so good. I liked seeing the lizard thing. I can't remember the name of it, but the lizard thing that Obi-Wan has looked a lot like that same lizard thing that we saw in the Kenobi novel. That's Legends now, but it is a good nod to see that he still has a lizard type mount in the canon. That's how he gets around Tatooine. Let's see here. What else? Oh, as stupid as it sounds, but I still love it because I'm super big into like the starships and stuff. Where is it? It's up on the shelf. 1 second. So as silly as it sounds, I was super excited to see how the A-Wings canopies open up. I never noticed that in any other previous episode because in Legends they opened up like this, right? But in Rebels, apparently, at least with that particular model of A-Wing, they like pop up, like the shield itself kind of pops up and like slides out. That was kind of cool. I as stupid as it sounds, that really excited me to see how the A-Wings canopies opened up. What else? Let's talk about how the final bit, I guess. The final super cool bit was the way that Obi-Wan defeats Maul. Spoiler, Maul dies. In probably the best way, both character-wise and to kind of explain away why the battle in between Obi-Wan and Vader in A New Hope was so lackluster. It's throughout this whole showdown bit, it probably spends about 45 seconds just doing those establishing shots of them like getting ready and kind of changing their battle stances and all that kind of stuff. Not even circling each other, just getting ready for the confrontation. And it's very, very quick. Maul lunges, Obi-Wan goes block, and then slices Maul's lightsaber right in half, and I guess hits Maul in the process, and Maul dies. It's a very, very quick, very, very basic thing. There's no flipping, there's no nutty blocking and backflips or anything like that. It's just straight block, slice, done. The end. Maul is dead. And I think that the way that they're going to try and explain away the lackluster bit of Obi-Wan and Vader's fight is that these two beings, Vader and Obi-Wan at least, they've grown so powerful that they've sort of transcended that style of fighting that we got in the prequels. You don't want to fight that aggressively against an enemy of this kind. You don't want to fight that aggressively against Vader or Obi-Wan. You want to ensure that you are guarding yourself completely. You cannot allow yourself to get opened up or to open yourself up to attacks like when Anakin lost his arm to Dooku, or when Maul lost his legs to Obi-Wan in episode 1. You can't have that kind of thing happen, and that makes sense because they've gotten so quick and so powerful and so well attuned with the Force that they cannot allow themselves to do any sort of super aggressive fighting. It's very, very defensive fighting. Thus, they've kind of transcended that style of fighting. And I think that that makes sense. Canonically, I think that that's a good way for them to explain away that kind of thing. Overall, this was an amazing episode. I know some people are going to hate it because like 15 minutes of it, probably actually more than 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes of this episode, out of this 22-minute episode, is nothing but Ezra. And some people are going to be kind of upset about that, but Ezra is kind of the main character of the show, and, you know, whatever. I enjoyed it. I had fun watching it, and I was definitely very sucked into it, and that's exactly what Star Wars needs to do for me to be satisfied with it. But anyways, that's what I thought about this episode. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to have a chat with you down there. You can leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, or follow me on social media, which is Instagram and Twitter. That's linked in the description down below, as well as my Twitch profile, which is twitch.tv/Korotonic, where I guarantee a stream every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I've been streaming sporadically throughout the week as well, so be sure to check that out too. Thank you guys so much, and as always, may the Force be with you.